to address something that I get asked about 3 to 5 times a day, either through DMs or reading comments on my YouTube channel, and that's pretty much everyone's usually asking what's been done to my car, or what's done to the motor on my engine. So I have a separate video, I'll leave a link down below, or again I'll leave a card somewhere, about a breakdown of everything I bought for the car, how much it cost me to go K20, K24. But I'm going to use this video to explain everything that's done on the motor side of this car and anything extra that I could think of that I've done, just to give you guys a full breakdown on what's been done to my RSX. So I'm going to start with like the block and the head first, and then I'll talk about the supporting mods of what's been done. So I'm going to start with the block. We're going to start from the bottom and we're going to work our way up. You can't really see the block because it's in the car, so I'm just going to talk about it. The block is a K24 A4 block. It's out of an Element. Now, it works with my setup because I have the I have different pistons in it, but the block, the thing that's been done to the block, it's been bored over 1/2 mil, so it's 87.5 millimeters now, the bore sizes on the cylinders. The pistons that are in there are Wiseco 12.5 to 1 compression pistons, so they're high compression pistons. The rods, Manley rods, and the Manley rods have ARP 2000 bolts. So in the block we have, it's bored over, high compression pistons, Manley rods. It's got a stock Honda crank. The only thing that's been done to the crank was it was micro polished, and I have ACL main bearings and rod bearings. I like the ACL race series, or yeah, race series I think they call them. Those are the bearings I have in there. The oil pump, it's a ported Type S oil pump from 4 pistons, so I can rev it all the way to like 10K. Shouldn't have any cavitation issues. There is an oil pan baffle. I believe it was Track Tough. I can't really remember what brand it was, but it's a bolt-in baffle. So that was, I have that bolted in, and then it's just a stock K20 A2 aluminum pan, Type S pan. That's the bottom end. Yeah, that's pretty much everything on the bottom end. So now moving to the head. The head is a K20 A2, so it's the original head of this motor. It's a stock port with stock valves. One of the things that's done to the head is SuperTech valves, no, not SuperTech valve, SuperTech springs, retainers, and keepers, and the cams are Preonto Stage 4 cams. They're not Drag Cartel. Everybody thinks they're Drag Cartel. They're not. They're Preonto Stage 4 cams. Pretty much the block and the head setup. There's like really no magic to it. It's off-the-shelf parts. Now we're going to talk about like the add-ons to the motor. So I'll start with the manifold. The manifold, if you've been following me for a while, you know the manifold's a Skunk 2 Ultra Race manifold. It's a ported manifold. The runners are ported. The plenum is ported slightly. I'm not sure who did the port job. I bought it used, but it was ported. Seems like it's doing okay. For throttle body, obviously I have my guys K-tuned 90mm throttle body with the K-tuned Hall Effect TPS sensor. This combo, the Skunk 2 Ultra Race and the 90mm K-tuned throttle body, it's a great combination. I love this combination. I have a custom 4-inch intake made. Well, I made for it, so there's nothing special with that. We're going to talk about the fuel. What's feeding it, it's ID 1050X injectors. Made it to a K-tuned fuel rail with a K-tuned fuel pressure regulator, fuel gauge, not fuel pressure regulator. And in the tank is a Walbro 255 pump with a single feed line. I have no return system on this car. It's just a single feed to the rail, and that's it. Some other add-ons that are done to it in order to make this big manifold work on a K20 head. If you're not using a water plate, you need to get this K-tuned side mount pulley kit. So it's just a slim kit that gives you the clearance you need. Motor mounts that I'm using, Innovative motor mounts. I've had these mounts for like 5 years, and they're the Street 62A, so they're the red inserts. I don't even think Innovative makes 62A anymore. So those are the mounts. I have all 4 mounts. So I have the 2 sides, the front mount, which is under the block, under the manifold down there, and then the rear mount. Now I've only broken the rear mount once. Believe it or not, when I broke the rear mount, the car wasn't even tuned. It had the stock K20 A2 in it with bolt-ons. So I broke it at the drag strip. I was on street tires. I wheel top like crazy. And I believe that was the same day I blew my engine. So I missed the gear, red lines really high, blew the engine, whatever. Brought it home. When I took the motor out, I saw that I broke the rear mount. So the rear mount is upgraded to a 75A bushing. So that's the only one that's upgraded. But the other 3 are still 62A. Innovative has lifetime warranty on their mounts. In my opinion, they're just as good as Hassport. At the time, they just didn't do the billet. Now Innovative does billet, so I love Innovative mounts. That's what I've run for so long, and if I break another one, I'm just going to send it back because it has lifetime warranty, get a bushing replaced, get it back, and we're good to go. Some other little things that are done to the car, my throttle cable. This is a K20 adjustable throttle cable, so you can see the adjustment right there. You can make it longer or shorter if you have to with this adjustment right here. My trans is it's a stock K20 A2 transmission with upgraded Synchrotech synchros, all new bearings in it. It's got an M factory LSD, and I just put the K-tuned race spec cables on there. Made it with the K-tuned street shifter box. So the header that I'm running in this car is a K-tuned K24 stainless steel header. Because I have the K24 bottom end, it already increased the deck height of the engine. So I had to use, anytime you go K24, you have to use a K24 header. So that's the K-tuned K24 header that I have on there. That runs all the way back to a Skunk 2 Mega Power RR, which is their 3-inch exhaust system, and then that's what I have running back to the exhaust. I also have electric power steering on the car, which is why I don't have the pump or anything. That's out of an EP3. For suspension, I never really talked too much about it. I have Tane Super Street fully adjustable and dampening coilovers. Now these coilovers I've had for, I don't know, 7+ years. They're really old. I'm thinking about changing them. I'm not sure yet. I might get a track setup suspension, but I'm not too sure. But these coilovers for now, they were great street coilovers. Pretty much all I can think of that's like done to the car, to the motor, that's, you know, significant enough. There's tons of small little things done to this car that I can't think of. If you have more questions, you can leave them in the comments. It's got a Mishimoto radiator. I'm looking at that right now. How much power does the car make? So the car makes 281 horsepower to the wheels, 198 foot-pounds of torque. So it's a street beast. It's definitely capable of 300 the way it sits. So I can explain what I would like to do next or what my future plans are, but that's like way in the future. So originally I made I wanted to make 300 horsepower. With this setup, a lot of people said what I did wasn't going to net, which you guys were right. What I did helps the car make 300, but it wasn't going to make it hit 300. The big thing is the head. The head needs to be ported. You need a ported head to make 300 horsepower. Bottom line, with all the other supporting mods that I have. So in the future, I would like to get a ported head. I would like to maybe send my head out to JBRE. I like their work. I like what they do. So I would like them to port my head. And I want to change my cams. I've been doing a lot of research in cam lift, duration, and to be honest with you, I feel like I could get more out of a Drag Cartel Stage 4 cam than I'm getting now out of these Preonto Stage 4s. Now, there's nothing wrong with these Preontos. Originally, I bought these cams because they were rated. They were able to be used with a stock TSX bottom end. And that's what I had at the time. When I built the TSX bottom end, I started smoking that whole story. So then that's when I kind of just went overboard with it, and I did the high compression bottom end pistons. And from there is when I kind of I don't want to say maxed out the cams, but the cams were rated for a stock TSX bottom end. So once I changed the bottom end, I should have changed the cams. So I'm pretty sure with a Drag Cartel Stage 4 cam, ported head, 300 horsepower is no problem. I can almost guarantee it. I'm running pump gas. I didn't even mention that. I'm running pump gas. E85 is constantly a thought. It's constantly something that I'm told to switch to. I don't know. I mean, originally I didn't want to, but now I have the injectors for it. The only thing I would need to do to switch to E85, probably put a regulator. I'd put a regulator on there just to put it on there now. I'd make the car a return style system, and then probably get a K Pro version 4, so I have the E85 compatibility on it, and then it would just be a lot easier for my tuner. Maybe down the road, I don't know yet. I might even just go straight to M1 or M5. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but that's really the future plans. Power-wise, ported head, bigger cams, possibly race fuel or E85, a change in fuel, and maybe some stiffer suspension. It's pretty much all I need, but that's all that's done in my car. This is a short video. I didn't want to make it too crazy, but there's nothing too crazy done to the car. It's very simple, and I just wanted to get that out there. If you guys have any more questions or want to know anything else of what else is done to the car, leave me a comment down below. Shoot me a DM on my Instagram. Like this video if this is something you always want to know. Like the video, and yeah, hopefully I can get my GoPro working. We'll take some street pulls or something sometime soon. The weather's getting nicer. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay motivated. Keep making the streets louder.